Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with day 7. Now for this page I'm going to do some aquas and teals, and as you can tell my stash of 4x6 there is not a very big stash, and I have to say now that as soon as I'm done this sometime this afternoon, I'm going to start on day 24. Today is December 31st, the day that I actually am going to upload this video. So I'm going to finish my December daily by January 1st, like including January 1st, I'm thinking. But I'm super excited about that. I've had a lot of fun doing my December daily, but I'm the type of person that when I start on a project, I need to bring it to completion. Like I can't say, oh, well, I'll work on it a little bit this week and a little bit next week. Like, especially something like that it's one album, I need to do from start to end and just have it done. Are any other people like that, or am I just like super weird that way? I need to just get it done in almost one shot. Like since December 27th, I think on December 27th I was done the first 8 pages. And then on December 27th, I printed all my photos and then I started. I just did like 4 or 5 layouts a day. And today's December 31st and I have 3 left. So I've just been going to town, just getting them done. And I'm glad I did that because now I can start the new year just with some fresh, layouts and just kind of get them done. I make sure that as I'm doing these layouts, I make sure to have my corner rounder. This is one, it's called Project Life one, but it was actually from Stampin' Up. I think they kind of paired up with maybe Becky Higgins, maybe, I don't know, because it does say Project Life on it. So anyway, I found, my 3x4 cards and my 4x6, and with this configuration of page protector for my 9x12 album, and I decided to, at one point as I was putting these together, I decided to use the same configuration for all my layouts. I had enough page protectors and I thought that way I don't have to keep thinking, do I want to do, because the other configuration was like 9 3x4s and some 2x2s, and it would have gotten too confusing. I just wanted to just start with one page protector and just keep going, and I found that sped up my process a lot too, not having to go back and forth between the different page protectors. Another thing that sped up my process quite a bit is I went into my stash. I had a iris tray or container that was full of embellishments and cards, the 3x4 cards and 4x6 cards that I had used 2 years ago, and I had totally forgotten about them. And I didn't have a lot of cards. Like I was very low on cards way at the beginning, and for some reason I thought of that and I thought, I wonder where it is. Anyway, I found it, and way back I had gone through some 6x6 pattern papers. So if you don't have a lot of 3x4 cards and 4x6 cards, just go through some 6x6 paper pads, and I, went through some Christmas ones, and I cut all of them, or most of them, at 4x6, because my reasoning was I can cut it down to 3x4 and make 2 3x4 cards, or I can use it as a 4x6. So I cut most of them at 4x6, and then you have a 2x6 inch strip, which I ended up keeping because then you can use it as little strips on the side of, sometimes I'll have a 4x6 card and I want to hide most of it because it's super busy. So then I'll take a journaling card and put it over top, and then I put a little strip on the side. So you kind of make almost like a little page within that card. And so I kept those 2x6 for that. And that helped speed up my process quite a bit because I didn't have to stop and cut some, cards. I had a nice little stash. Now, like I said, I'm going to be starting day 24 after this, and my stash of cards is really dwindled. But next year, just before I start, and with this, I decided that next year, probably September, I'm going to put it in my agenda right away, actually. The 1st of September, start gathering stuff for December daily. I don't have to start working on it, but at least if I gather stuff and I start getting stuff ready, then I know that by the time December comes, and I'll put down like gather stuff in September and then start actually putting pages together in November, even before my pictures are taken, because I've noticed I'd rather put the pages together like this and then add the pictures later. That's something I noticed this year. It's always how I did my December daily before, because I was always doing my December dailies ahead. This year is the only day, or the only year, that I actually started my December daily on December 7th. Actually, I have a little note on this that I put that's when I started my December daily, was around that date, around December 7th. So I was super late starting December 7th, but I'm happy to say that I'm going to be done by the end of December. So that's amazing, because I know that if I put it down, if I put it away for a little bit, it's going to be for a long time. So I'd rather get it done and then move on to something else. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about what I did for this page. So I took some cards, like I said, that were 4x6. I cut it down to 3x4. And then there was one card that was 4x6, and it's the one at the bottom. It says, "Believe in the magic of Christmas." And I really like that, but I wanted the other background with, that was a little bit more bright. So I just cut that down, and then I made sort of a card that's going to be just decoration. And then I used the leftovers with the top left card, the 3x4 card with the polka dots that are red, teal, and aqua. And I just used it as, like I said, a little banner or a little strip on the side. And then I put a piece of washi tape over that just to kind of finish the edges. And now that I've decided on my cards, I'm ready to start putting on some embellishments. And I always like to start my embellishment clusters with either tags or labels or anything like that. So the top one, I'm going to use a label, and then I start building on top of that, including a flare. Now I have to say, with these albums, you kind of have to be a little careful, because those little pockets, they're so tiny that if you put flare against flare, on the back side, they won't fit together. So just keep that in mind. I just make sure that I just put one flare on one side, and that's it. I don't put one on the other. I did use one of my little envelopes that I had made with, I had painted this little elf girl 2 years ago. Actually, it was for my class, the Document December class, and I had put some sequins with her. I had made a little pocket, so I used it on this. And then I used one of the frames and one of the epoxy stickers that is a gingerbread. Now it's time to put the pictures in. So I just cut down my pictures. Now the one that I just put at the bottom with the gingerbread man was the perfect place for that, because it was some cookies that I made that day. I made 2 types of cookies. I made, one of them is called Twix. It's my kids' favorite cookies. They're a shortbread base, and then you put a thumbprint in it, and then you put caramel, and then you drizzle chocolate over top. My son said, "Mom, if you only make these kinds of cookies forever, we'll be happy." But I also made peanut butter cookies that day. So I took pictures of that. I also worked on my December daily that day. And of course, I did a bit of laundry, because you know what? There's always laundry, right? No matter whether it's December or it's your birthday or it's Christmas, there's always laundry to do. So one thing that I love to do for these December dailies is to use those tiny sticker letters, and I like to make little titles. I don't do it on every spread, but I try to do it once in a while. So that day, a lot throughout December, I took a picture of what the weather was like that day. So this day here, December 7th, it was -1 Celsius, which is Well, 0 is 32 Fahrenheit, so it kind of gives you, but to us that was nice because today it is minus, I don't know, 25 degrees or something, so it's bloody cold. So -1, it was super nice. And then under the December daily, I just put fun. And then by the laundry, I put work, you know, because you still have to work. And then the gingerbread, I put, because my son had said that it was his fave, I'm going to put fave. And that's going to complete this layout. Now, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment down below. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.